I'm joined here very early, thankfully, at the Mall of Africa by Kevin Twynham. He's with the South African Banking Risk Information Centre. Kevin, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And now, obviously, the specials is what everybody's talking about. But when you look at the figures, it is quite astounding. They're talking about expecting, I saw a survey saying they're expecting a 36% increase on sales or money made on this Black Friday compared to last year. And on average, on Black Friday, you're looking at double the number of card transactions happening on Black Friday as compared to a normal day. And that means people that you work with every day, the banks, really have to have all hands on deck.
Good morning, Marcelle. Indeed, it is an exciting time, firstly, and secondly, you've mentioned the number of transactions, probably record transactions, and it's also this period where we see criminals looking at opportunities to commit fraud, and obviously looking at trying to advise the general shopper, customers, how to protect themselves, particularly in this busy time.
Now, there are various fronts that people need to be secured on, both individuals who are shopping, who trust the bank to ensure that their transactions go through, and then, of course, businesses who sign up with a specific service provider to make sure that those transactions go through securely as well. Let's start by talking about security in stores. How is a day like today a big threat to security and the banking sector inside these shops that we're seeing already very busy today?
So obviously, with a rush, hordes of people in the shop, wanting to get in, get out, get the discount you need, and if you're transacting in store, a few things that one should just keep in mind, particularly when using your card, is ensure that the transaction on the point of sale device is conducted in front of you, firstly. Secondly, you enter your PIN. Cover the hand that inserts that PIN. Make sure you get your card back. It's your card. Retain your receipt, because you need to verify that with your statement at a later stage. And obviously, if one sticks to that, I'm almost sure that you'll probably save yourself some sorrow.
Now, there are many who are watching today saying, oh, but I'm fine. I'm not going to go into a shopping center where there are other security issues at play at times. I'm going to do all of my Black Friday shopping online. But that's a place where there can be security risks as well.
Certainly, very convenient to do online shopping, and obviously much more convenient for the shopper themselves. So it's also in those areas where one must be very wary of, firstly, who you're dealing with. So the suggestion here would be, and consideration would be, for shoppers to rather shop with retailers that they are acquainted with, that they've shopped with before. If you're not shopping with someone like that, perhaps do a little bit of search about that.
Do a bit
retailer.
Of vetting first.
Yes, check the web. There'll be some bureaus that will probably have customer complaints, which will guide you as to whether you should be looking and doing that.
And of course, also, if you're looking at a special, if it sounds too good to be true, it possibly is.
Well, you've said it. Clicking on receiving mails, we should be receiving hordes of mails this time, advertising a lot of discounts and taking you to websites. Clicking on those, make sure that you are indeed going to not a spoofed site, that the URL, check the URL, that there's nothing funny about it. Secondly, I would think that if you do transact, don't save your card details on the e-commerce site, because you still will be able to transact, but it would be rather advised not to do that.
And just as we have to wrap now very quickly, obviously there are physical points that an organization like yours looks at in terms of security. But a lot of what fuels the work that you do is based on the human psychology that comes into play on a day like today. We are humans after all. We'd like to know that we can trust people who offer us great specials or great rewards. But it's on a day like today that we have to be particularly wary, isn't it?
Absolutely. I think I alluded to this a little earlier, the excitement, the interaction that has one with your local, with your shoppers, and one tends to forget some of the security measures that you personally should be taking responsibility for, and it's very important to take note of those.
Okay, we're going to leave it there. Thank you so much. Kevin Twynham is with the South African Banking Risk Information Centre. Some great tips there at Poli for those still thinking of heading out there. Guard those wallets. Make sure you keep an eye on everything happening at the the ATMs, at the cashiers, and indeed online as well. And to repeat something that we're probably going to hear a lot of today, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Over to you.